na sila ng eskwelahan na magiging online na ang kanilang klase sa Agosto.
Isinusulong man ang online education sa gitna ng krisis sa COVID.
Nagdali daw bilyong piso sa nakalipas na 5 taon.
Pangamba tuloy ng ilang magulang, baka sila ang umako ng pagbili ng gamit gayong wala naman silang pantustos.
COVID-19 cases in the Philippines now nearing 242,000 as health officials confirmed 3,000.
Happened in the port.
But the ultra-strict quarantine measures Miss Echeveria. Miss Echeveria, are you there? Miss Echeveria. Present, Mom. Have you felt the burden of the scenario that I've shown? If yes, let's have a deep breath together. In a count 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling better? Then let's begin. Hi, I'm Camille, a second-year BS Psychology student, and I am here to free educate and bring awareness about stress and anxiety. And welcome to my Psy vlog. Using those words? Worry not, because I am with you. Stress happens, and there's no something unusual about the word for all of us. Am I right? You usually think and see stressors as being negative, such as enervating schedule and a messy life. Starting a new job and getting high marks can be both happy things, but also can be stressful. If you deal with a lot of stress every day, for months or years on end, then stress doesn't just feel awful, as it causes you physical harm. Psychologists call any event or situation that puts pressure on you or threatens your well-being as a stressor, while stress refers to your physical and psychological reactions. Stressors that are one and done, like deadlines or forgetting an important event, bring on acute stress. But when stressors are repeated, distorted, compulsive, or stuck into a repetitive style, and that's a chronic stress. Stress is a physiological response to fear. It is what's going inside our body when we are reacting into something that perceives threatening or dangerous. It's the fight-flight response rooted in the reptilian brain that refers to a physiological reaction which occurs when we are in the presence of something that is mentally or physically terrifying. Stress serves as a perfect function in helping us to escape real threats. For example, the sweating, which comes along with stress that helps us to stay cool. Or the adrenaline helps us perform in situations where we have to run away or fight a physical threat. When you are stressed, you may experience some changes in different aspects. Number one there is your emotional changes, which you can experience many different feelings, including anxiety, fear, anger, sadness, or frustrations. Second is behavioral changes, which you may become withdrawn, indecisive, or inflexible. And lastly is the bodily changes. When you are stressed, some people start to experience headaches, nausea, indigestions, and others. Anxiety is the intersection of these two reactions, the thinking and the biological response. Anxiety is the body's natural response to stress, which it helps us to be watchful and mindful of something dangerous. Anxiety is a key part of several different disorders. This includes panic disorder, phobias, social anxiety disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, separation anxiety disorder, illness anxiety disorder, and the post-traumatic stress disorder. You may have a general feeling of fear and worry, or you may fear a specific place or event. Anxiety disorders can be treated with medication, psychotherapy, or a combination of the two. There are three categories of drugs that are commonly prescribed for the treatment of anxiety disorders. These are the benzodiazepines, serotonin agonists, and a certain antidepressants. When the brain detects stress into the environment, the stress response system goes into action. This begins with the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and the adrenal gland, or this is what we call the HPA axis. This is the one who signals other organs to respond to stress by turning on into a survival mode. When the brain detects stress, it first sends a message to a part of the brain called the hypothalamus. The job of the hypothalamus is to wake up the pituitary gland. Although the pituitary is only about a small size, but it has a powerful job. The pituitary releases hormones, which are the messengers in the stress response system. These hormones travel out the brain to the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands release cortisol, which is a stress hormones or a messenger that is released by the HPA axis to tell other organs in the body to deal with a stressor. Cortisol is known as the stress hormone. It is a messenger that sets other organs in the body into action. It is like the superpower of the stress response system also. Cortisol helps the brain to think clearly, it sends energy to important muscles, and increases heart rate and breathing. Another important brain structure involved in the stress response system is called the amygdala. It is located in the middle of the brain. It is a brain structure that actually detects stress and tells the HPA axis to respond. It can detect both emotional and biological stressors. The amygdala shares a special connection with another part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. It can be called the control center of our brains because it helps to control our thoughts and actions. The main job of the prefrontal cortex is to control our emotional responses to stress so that we do not get too stressed out. This is why the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex share a special connection. The amygdala quickly signals a threat or stress in the environment, and the prefrontal cortex helps the amygdala to see stressful events as a little less scary. It is important to be able to use the brain to help slow the production of cortisol in the HPA axis. This process helps us calm down during a normal stressor by perceiving the situation as non-life-threatening. When your body is under a lot of stress, it results you being anxious. Stress shrinks the hippocampus, the part of the brain that processes a long-term and contextual memory. When the hippocampus shrinks, it may become more difficult for you or your brain to hold into memories. But here's the tricky part. Anxiety tricks the hippocampus into thinking that memories related to anxiety are safe to store and remember. So, the few memories you do hold onto will be those related to anxiety. In other words, anxiety wires your brain to remember failures, threat, and danger. Happier memories like those of success, achievement, and safety are buried deep in your brain's basement. And that is all about the biopsychology of stress and anxiety. Isn't it amazing? Every one of us experiences stress and anxiety. But have you ever wondered the difference between the two of them? Well, stress is a response to threat situation, and anxiety is a response to stress. See the connection? Stress and anxiety are treatable conditions, even in severe cases, as there are many resources, strategies, and treatments that can help. But it all depends on you. It depends on you how to manage to have a healthy and a happy life. But if you're unable to control your worries as stress is impacting your daily life, talk to your primary care provider and seek professional help to talk about the manage stress and anxiety. Always remember that the positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances, instead your circumstances having power over you. Get up, feel up, and live your life positively.